I tried to ignore it, tried to hide it, but one stormy night, I couldn't anymore. The way he looked at me, I couldn't resist. Some feelings shouldn't exist, but I couldn't hide mine. Please don't forget to subscribe and comment. I never thought I'd feel this way about him, my stepdad, Lucas Harper. He was the kind of man who commanded attention without trying, his presence filling every room he walked into. From the moment my mom introduced us, I knew there was something dangerous about the way he looked at me. I tried to dismiss it, rationalize it, and bury it deep inside, but feelings like these don't just vanish, they grow. It all started on a rainy evening. Mom was at a charity gala, leaving me alone with Lucas. I was sprawled on the couch, trying to focus on a book, but I couldn't ignore the way his shadow moved across the room when he entered. He didn't say much, just a calm, "Storm's getting worse," as he poured himself a drink. I tried to act casual, pretending not to notice the heat rising inside me every time he leaned against the counter or laughed quietly at his own thoughts. Hours passed, and the storm outside mirrored the tension inside me. I couldn't stop stealing glances at him. His broad shoulders, the sharp line of his jaw, the way his hair curled slightly at the nape of his neck, it was hypnotic. And then, something shifted. Lucas walked over and sat beside me on the couch. He was close, closer than he should be. My pulse thundered. "You've been quiet tonight," he said, voice low, almost a whisper, sending shivers down my spine. I could barely look at him, my hands clutching the edge of the cushion as if it were a lifeline. I'm just reading," I stammered, though I wasn't. I wanted to tell him everything, the way I'd watch him when he didn't notice, the way my heart raced when he was near, but fear kept me silent. He tilted his head, studying me as if he could see through every lie. "You know," he said, "there's no need to hide. Not from me." Something in the way he said it made the room shrink. My body reacted before my mind could catch up. I shifted slightly, and our hands brushed, not the casual kind of brush, but deliberate, electric. Sparks shot up my arm, and I couldn't breathe. He noticed. He always noticed. The storm outside intensified, and so did the tension between us. Lucas leaned back, casually sipping his drink, but the heat in his eyes was undeniable. He said nothing for a while, letting the silence hang like a charged wire. I wanted to speak, to confess the forbidden thoughts that had haunted me for months, but the words caught in my throat. Then, suddenly, he moved closer. His hand rested on the back of the couch near mine, and I felt the weight of his gaze on me. My heart thumped audibly in the quiet room. "You're impossible to ignore," he murmured, and I realized then that I wasn't the only one feeling this. I swallowed hard. "Lucas." My voice trailed off, but he understood. He always did. Slowly, carefully, he leaned toward me, close enough that I could feel his breath. The moment felt suspended in time, every instinct in my body screaming both warning and longing. The next few minutes were a blur. His hand slid closer to mine, fingers brushing gently, and I shivered at the contact. The storm outside raged on, but in that room, it was just the two of us, tangled in something forbidden, magnetic, and undeniably thrilling. He didn't cross any lines I wasn't ready for, but the way he held my gaze, the subtle touches, the low hum of his voice, it was intoxicating. I realized then that I couldn't hide my feelings anymore. I wanted him in a way that was reckless and dangerous, but I couldn't stop it. Over the next weeks, we danced around the edge of something neither of us could name. Every casual touch, every brush of his hand against mine sent shockwaves through me. I caught him watching me when he thought I wasn't looking, and my stomach twisted in anticipation. Every encounter was a game, and we were both playing for the same stakes. One night, the tension reached its breaking point. Mom was away again, and I was alone in the kitchen, making tea. Lucas entered quietly behind me, and I felt the heat before I heard him. He didn't speak. He didn't need to. The way he moved, close enough to feel his warmth, pressed against me subtly but unmistakably. It was everything I had imagined in secret. "You don't have to pretend anymore," he said softly. His hand traced a line from my shoulder down my arm. I shivered, heart pounding. I turned to face him, and for the first time, our lips almost met, inches apart. The air between us was electric, charged with every secret longing we'd both tried to suppress. "I can't," I whispered, unsure whether I meant I couldn't resist him or couldn't let this happen. He smiled, a slow, knowing smile. "Then let it happen," he murmured, and it was all I needed. The world outside vanished, leaving only us and the storm raging both inside and out. That night, everything changed. We crossed boundaries we'd both skirted for months, discovering a connection that was forbidden, yes, but impossible to deny. The thrill of secrecy, the danger of our desires, made every touch, every whisper, every lingering glance all the more intense. It was passionate, intoxicating, and exhilarating, the kind of chemistry that burns bright and leaves nothing untouched. After that night, nothing would ever be the same. We learned to navigate our complicated feelings carefully, secretly, thrillingly. Every moment alone became a test of control, every glance a promise of what could come next. And though it was forbidden, it was also undeniable. I had finally stopped hiding my feelings, and the world had never felt more dangerous or more alive.